All right, welcome to the Canary in the Cage podcast. I'm Ron Morgan and my co-host
Dave Havlicek.
We are here to entertain you, educate you, and maybe even make you laugh. I don't know. So we're going to do the winner for the Monero giveaway.
So last week we said message us on SimpleX, and let's do that.
All right, here we go.
So we got 3 people contacted us for the Monero challenge, and we're going to put them into this wheel here and decide who the winner is randomly. So number 1 will be Definite Manager. And Ron's taking his time typing with his hunt and peck method. Okay, number 2 is our good friend Algamest. Algamest.
MEST.
And then the third person was Oliver Chase.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Well, so he actually had a lot to say.
Can I? Did I spell his name right?
Oliver Chase. Oh, didn't.
I see what I did there.
Well, he was giving you some compliments. So, what do you say here?
Did he have the blue button? No.
He said, like Ron, I am wise beyond my years. So Oliver Chase brought up a good point. He said, well, since SimpleX will let you make as many identities as you want, couldn't I just send you 100 different messages from 100 different identities and have a much better chance to win the Monero?
I'd have to enter a bunch of 100 different names?
Well, that's the funny thing is because he didn't actually do that, as far as I know. Like, no one else messaged me. So that was the point, Oliver Chase. You were supposed to do that, and now you only have a 1 out of 3 chance instead of a 99 out of 102. Well, so let's spin the wheel.
That's better chances than he's got winning the presidency.
Here we go!
Woo!
Looks like it's going to be Definite Manager. So I'm going to message you on SimpleX and let you know you won, and you're going to have to give me your XMR address, and we will send that Monero to you.
Congratulations! I think I spelled that wrong, didn't I?
Yes, you did. That's fine.
He got the point across. All right, Definite Manager, you are the winner.
Nice. So you collect the 0.02 Monero. I messaged you out on SimpleX to get your Monero address and just send that over to us.
Yeehaw! That's an awesome little game we got going on now. Now we're getting high tech.
I got a nice one today, this week too.
Okay. You want to do that now? You want to do it later?
No, I don't want to do it now.
Okay.
It's going to be during my talk.
Okay.
Because it's related.
So we got a lot going on this week. We had a kind of a cool debate.
I didn't like it that much. That was kind of boring.
Well,
there were some moments.
Watching at the bar kind of sucked because it was hard to engage in.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that in a few minutes because I want to talk about the dock workers.
Oh yeah, okay. The union Tony Soprano wannabe.
You know what? I normally support workers. I'm like, you know what? Make as much money as you can. Do what you got to do. But because you guys let that fucking douchebag get on camera and try to scare us and intimidate us, I hope you're on strike forever.
Did you see his house?
Oh, I'm getting to that in a second. Yeah, so you guys want to stay on strike? I guarantee you by Thanksgiving you guys are going to be back, hopefully with no new contract.
Fire them all.
Yeah, because once you realize you can't buy your kids the G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip, you guys are going to go back to work. Because little Johnny needs that G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip.
I think that's a little outdated.
Kind of Eddie Murphy joke, though. I had to represent Eddie Murphy in here. Why not, man?
They did an aerial shot of his house, and I'm like, this looks familiar. And like, I'm a big fan of The Sopranos.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait a minute. That's Tony Soprano's house.
Seriously?
I'm pretty sure it's the same fucking house.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
It's got the pool. It's got the guest house. I've watched that show how many fucking times? Like, it's the fucking house.
Huh. I mean, the driveway kind of curves and goes up.
You couldn't tell the driveway because that's not where they took the picture of. But holy fuck, I mean, it's got to be in the same neighborhood at least. So
this guy decides to authorize his union members to strike.
Yeah.
Goes on TV, pulls off like a Tony Soprano type guy.
Yeah.
But I think you pissed off most of America, dude.
Oh, yeah.
You had your, $4,000 sunglasses?
Yeah.
$10,000 watch.
He's making like $1 million a year.
You got an ounce of gold around your neck.
I think it was more than that.
It probably was a coin, so I don't know. I couldn't identify the coin.
Yeah.
But it could have been an ounce, maybe an ounce and a half. But seriously? Oh, we don't make enough money. We need more money.
And they were offered.
Hide the ounce of gold.
They were offered a 50% raise and rejected it.
So yeah,
I never got a 50% raise in my life.
No, and that's the thing. But because they want 75%, but that's not the biggest thing they want.
Jesus Christ! They want no automation.
Right.
Yeah.
And guess what they did?
No, I don't know what.
So when they went on strike, they were making signs.
Okay.
And they use automated signs. Seriously, guys.
Like LED signs?
Yeah, nice. With the truck with the screen on it.
Oh, with those things.
Yeah. I mean, you want no automation?
Jesus Christ. Yeah, right. You're going to use signs the old-fashioned way.
Do be a pioneer and do handwrite the signs, or accept automation and let's unload those boats with automation. God. And seriously, I mean, how many jobs do they lose with automation? Because the workforce, especially in the blue-collar jobs, is going down.
Yeah.
So they're going to run out of workers in the next 10 or 15 years, or at least reduce the workers. So fucking automate.
Right, yeah, I mean, like, there actually, I saw a quote by the leader of the union in Sweden, or one of the unions in Sweden, and it was like, yes, if automation will lose jobs, but our duty as a union is to train our workers to do the new jobs with the automation.
Somebody's got to fix the robot.
Right, someone's got to fix the robot, someone's got to program the robots, so, like, that's the attitude you can have, because he said, we don't protect jobs, we protect workers.
Right. So,
and like, I'm not a big fan of unions backed by the government in the first place, but like that's the right attitude to have.
Yeah, no. So I mean, I'm all for automation and well, almost anything. Not really happy going to a fast food restaurant and having it automated there. That's just weird.
Well, so I mean, that's really so they're not doing that to satisfy you as a customer. They're doing that because the minimum wage is making it impossible to hire people.
Yeah, and that's
because they're incompetent. I mean, like, you can't even get my fucking order right. I'm going to pay you $20 a fucking hour. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, that's because
the machine gets my order right.
You remember the California thing with the self checkouts? Yeah. They automated too much, and they had to go back and pass new laws to slow down the automation. But that's California for you, because they actually just tried. Actually, Newsom vetoed a law, which is weird because I thought he was a dick, and still is. But the lawmakers said a law to him. They wanted all cars fitted with an alarm system.
Oh, I saw that one, yeah.
That if it drives 10 miles an hour over the speed limit, it's going to rat on the government.
Yeah.
You want to use my property to rat me out?
Well, you know why he vetoed that, right?
Why?
Because he has friends that make cars. I mean, it's that simple.
Well, yeah, but actually making cars, you put a new sensor in, charge more for the car.
No, but like the people, so the automakers know that if they do this, people are going to stop buying cars.
Right.
You're only buy used cars, and the automaker's like, hey, Newsom, don't forget where your fucking bread is buttered, bitch.
But how does that work with our Constitution?
What do you mean? It's California. They can do whatever they want.
Oh, that's right. California doesn't have our Constitution. They outlawed that years ago.
No, that's a state.
You can't use your own property to rat. My wife can't even rat me out.
A state can do that.
My property can rat me out. I mean, I own my wife. She's my property.
Of course it can.
I hope she doesn't hear that. You're just a frying pan come flying in there. Think.
So, like, states have a lot more power than the federal government with respect to this.
But it's still it's your property.
Yeah,
and it's ratting you out.
Okay.
I don't think they can do that.
Of course they can.
Okay, so if you get in a car accident and the cop sees a dashboard cam, do you have to show them that footage?
No.
Why not?
Because it's yours.
And the car's mine. And actually, the sensor that's reporting me is mine as well.
Okay. But, like, when they write it down on paper, then it becomes magically the thing you must do.
Oh, we have to obey it.
That's how laws work.
Then why are we wearing hats in downtown Vegas on Sundays?
I don't know.
I mean, we're supposed to. Hey, Metro, could you get on that? I want to see the tickets. We'll get some real good resources.
Well, you know what we should do? We should just stand out there and start writing our own citizen tickets.
Citizens arrest!
You're allowed to do
arrest!
Excuse me, sir, where's your hat? Oh, that's a citation.
Yeah. That's spanking. No, it's a Simpsons thing. Oh, no, that's a paddling.
Paddling, yeah.
That's a paddling. So, no, it's just these dock workers. I mean, using the automation kind of remind me of the Antifa guys when they took over Seattle. The Chaz Chopped. They kept changing the damn name of it. No, because they bitched about their anti-police, their anti-border wall. What's the first things they did? Put up a wall and hired armed guards. So, I don't know. I guess my hypocrisy goes only so far. Yeah, so where the hell are we?
Well, how about the hurricane? That's just been
I will have brief comments on the hurricane. I am not about to talk about it a lot because I am.
Well, I have a couple of things.
Extremely pissed off. And our federal. Well, okay. We go ahead and tell your thing about the.
Well, I had a couple. So, one, there's a video that went viral of this Indian family that owns a gas station, and everyone was there yelling at them because they're charging $10 a gallon for gas. But the funny thing is, well, if you're mad at that, why don't you go to the gas station down the street? Oh, because they're out of fucking gas because they didn't raise their goddamn prices. There's no such thing as fucking price gouging, right? When there's a disaster, when you don't prep and you have no fucking gas, then there's higher demand.
Last week to get 100 gallons of gas.
Yes, we talked about this. So if you didn't prep, if you don't listen to our show because you're a fucking moron, then when you go to the gas station in an emergency, you got to pay a higher price. Otherwise, there's no gas at all because everybody will have it taken away. So these are your options. You have no gas at all, you prep, or you pay $10 a gallon.
So only if there was a politician running for office who's talking about price gouging that could have showed up there. And
didn't Thomas Massey say something about this?
He might have, but I'm saying Harris because she's the one.
Well, yeah.
They're gouging food. Yeah. They're gouging food. I'm going to control the price of food.
Well, that's the thing. That would make the problem worse because then there's going to be no gas.
Yeah, right. So, but I'm saying she could have used it as a talking point.
But it's Indian people, so they're they're
not white. If it was a white guy,
exactly.
No, I go back to she's not trying to win this fucking race.
Well, neither are the Republicans.
Trump is out there. I mean, he showed up in Georgia. He stayed out in North Carolina because the senators asked him.
But his own team is trying to throw things for him. It's just so fucking bizarre.
What are they doing?
I mean, keep talking about abortion and
Vance handled the abortion question.
I'm not talking about Vance. I'm talking about in general.
Yeah. Well, first of all, actually, this is my dream. I wake up the day after the election, mind you. I'm saying the day after the election. I wake up and I open up my newspaper because I'm back in the 1950s, and because they can count all the votes in one day there, and I see Trump and Vance won, and third party everybody else. Fuck the Republicans. Fuck the Democrats. Fuck them all.
So the other thing I want to talk about with the hurricane was the whole, probably the topic that you wanted to talk about, which is they're threatening people who are bringing aid.
Yes, but they're also doing something else.
Okay, what's this?
The FEMA was taking over all the donations.
Right, yeah.
And taking the money and putting it back in the FEMA budget, which apparently is empty right now because of immigrants. I'm not kidding. It's literally, they spend so much money on immigrants, they have no money to help out Americans. Oh, no, I do want to say a thank you, though. I want to thank every other country that came to our aid and helped us out in our time of need.
You forgot to write down, or?
Yeah, do you remember the list? Oh, wait.
I don't.
What country showed up?
Sri Lanka?
I don't think, none of them showed up.
Nobody?
Yeah, all the people we help out, and we're in our time of needs, our federal government's
Israel had to do something, right?
Yeah, they must have sent a bomb over.
Yeah, because they're our greatest ally.
Yeah. Fuck you guys. Fuck everybody. You know what?
There was a report threatening. There was a guy with a helicopter. He had his own helicopter, and he was flying goods in and out, and rescuing people, and they threatened him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking, you have a helicopter. You can mount a machine gun on a helicopter. Go ahead and try and stop me, motherfucker. Well, that's what people need to start doing.
So here's the thing. Biden showed up. Biden finally woke up and realized that there was a hurricane.
Well, they had it. I mean, how would he know?
That literally destroyed part of this country.
To be fair, how would he know?
I mean, people's houses were floating down the river.
Yeah.
And Biden shows up a week later, and where does he go? Asheville, North Carolina. Guess what Asheville, North Carolina doesn't have? Roads. Roads to get in and out. ROADs. ROAD. So boy. I don't know why I'm quoting movies today for, but whatever.
That was Black Sheep, wasn't it?
Oh no, it's Tommy Boy because they were in the hot rod car. No, it was Black Sheep.
Yeah,
Black Sheep because they were going to the election thing.
Yeah.
All right. So so he shows up, and guess what they had to do? Before Biden got there, and
clean the roads up and shut the roads down and
ban all air traffic. So no more helicopters flying in aid.
Oh my God, dude!
They were dropping the.
Just stay home.
I know.
Stay home. Send a fucking email. It's free.
No, talk on the phone.
Make a phone call.
Because the day after the hurricane, he was on the phone for 2 hours talking about the hurricane.
I've actually thought about this. If I was president and some disaster happened. Do you really want me to spend $20 million to get on Air Force One and just go personally visit you?
And fuck shit up?
What the fuck, man? that's first of all, the president has nothing to do with that, right? The president is supposed to manage the union of the states, right? So it's your state that should be helping you, not FEMA, not the president. But like, even if he comes as a gesture,
right, which they usually do,
they're spending $20 million fucking dollars. You're spending more fucking money that could have been used helping people. It's so fucking stupid. Send a fucking email, Zoom call. Give me a fucking break, dude.
And wait, here's a novel approach. Get fucking aid there the first day. I'm trying not to go out. Because, I mean, there's a lot going on. There's stuff I know happened. Then my conspiracy mind
who cares? Like, this should be the priority. But, right? Like, am I crazy? And the other thing, this is why, like, it feels like everybody's trying to throw the election. Right? Like, some of these are swing states.
Mm-hmm. Technically, the entire area destroyed by the Gulf is, so the Appalachia, a lot of them are Democrats, but they're white Democrats that are typically going towards Trump right now.
But Georgia's in contention.
Well, no, I don't think so. But it is
now. If it wasn't before, it is now.
Trump just won all those southern states.
Well, that's what I'm saying, right?
If any of you people live in those states and you vote for Harris, really? God, I don't want to go off. God, this is really pissing me off because this kind of brings back the whole Maui fire thing.
Right.
That something bad happened.
Right, and Hawaii's blue. Like, your people failed you.
Did the government have something to do with this? Did they not? Why are they not helping? They didn't help in Maui, and they're not helping now. But yet,
I don't think they just don't have anything. They have nothing.
They have men. They have women.
Well,
they have people that can go and help. Oh, there's a tree on your house? Your house is floating down a river?
Well,
let's see if we can get it out of the river.
Do you think those people know how to help?
They don't need to fucking help. They're fine. They're mountain folks. But that's not the point. The point is that we pay our tax. Pretty much, I pay my taxes. But most people pay their taxes, and we expect it in return.
That's the thing. I think you're witnessing in real time the collapse of the empire. Right? Like the money keeps flowing in, and they have nothing. It's already gone before it came in. Like, this is the end.
Do you think they're going to be able to vote in 3 or 4 weeks?
I mean, we might have like a sham election. Like the Roman Empire allegedly existed for like 300, 400 years after it collapsed.
Maybe you guys can get some balloons. Maybe the FEMA can do one thing. Get some balloons, 3 different color balloons, and a bunch of helium. Drop them off in these towns. They can fill the red balloon up and sit it up in the sky. Oh, there's one for Trump. Oh, nope, Trump. Chase Oliver. Who the fuck voted for him? Why is his balloon kind of like not flying real well? Nope, no blue balloons. Don't even send the blue balloons. Fuck them. Okay, God. I'm looking into. There's a couple things I'm looking into. I'll touch on them briefly so I don't go crazy. One, the $700 per family.
What $700?
That's what the government's giving these people.
Okay.
Basically,
I'll take $700.
Well, you have no house.
I'll take $700.
Well, are you on welfare?
I would be then.
You would have to be on welfare. You have Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So our government, good job, guys. Good fucking job. You want to know why I'm anti-government? Right here. Oh man. So you know about weather manipulation, right? No, this has been around since the 1950s. We use it in Vietnam. We know how to manipulate the weather.
Yeah,
we do.
But I don't think it's anywhere.
Or Dubai, technically, flooded their entire fucking city because they overseeded.
Okay.
Okay, so you can see there's
right,
and there's patents for there were patents in the patent office that the government has the keys to, and at night they go and steal the patents for any machine that manipulates the weather. That's apparently how they get this. But there's been weather manipulating machines out since the 1950s. We've used them. We've known about them. I am not saying this is weather manipulated, but it was an odd storm. The weather trainer could not track this thing for shit.
No, they had it.
They were wrong. It's going to this city and it didn't go to that city.
Yeah, but they always get those wrong.
Fucking Cat Turner's like an hour before it's coming. It's going this way.
He's retarded.
He was right.
He
was right. The Weather Channel can't get it fucking right?
One, it's hurricane season, right? It's not...
And what is a eye of the wall or wall of the eye? What the fuck is that?
What?
This storm had an eye and a wall in the eye, or... What? I don't know. I'm not a fucking Weather Channel... I'm not a weatherman. I'm right more than I'm wrong.
I don't think the storm was anything out of the ordinary.
There was Google like eye wall.
Dude, like
some porn's gonna come up. Oh, black cock. You ever see the movie Ted? with
No.
Mark Wahlberg?
No.
Every time you go to Google, within 6 results of any Google search, you see black cock. Because it's the internet.
And I'm, like,
It was a strange story.
I haven't seen anything
And
that's out of the ordinary though. Like
the
I mean,
rain-
we had Andrew when I was a kid. Like that
went
was a
further
disaster.
into the country than it ever has before.
I don't think that's true.
Yes.
We had one
to this degree.
We had one that touched Chicago.
The rain did.
Yes, the wind too.
Yeah. How many? Now, was that when Miss O'Leary's cow knocked over the lantern?
No, this was like in 2007 or something. I remember it.
There's a lot of areas in North Carolina that have not seen this kind of storm in its intensity.
Okay, but when has Chicago ever seen a hurricane? It did.
Well, I mean, it's a rainstorm.
Well, yeah, right. By the time it got to us, it wasn't. It was. But the funny thing was the whole hurricane was very mild, but it was massive.
Yeah.
It was probably one of the biggest hurricanes in our lifetime.
I believe this was the biggest ever.
Well, I'm saying biggest in size.
At the time. Yeah, no, me too.
No, the other one was bigger. But it was mild. It was mild even when it hit.
Okay. I was about to make a black cock joke, but I couldn't get it out in time. Sorry. Sorry, people. I'm not saying the government did this. I want to. I want to show proof that they did.
So
I really want to, but I don't have any of that information yet. But I do have some information that I'm going to throw the little nugget out. We'll talk about it when it actually is making mainstream news. FEMA's grabbing all donations. If you're donating, don't give anything to the federal government, and fuck the Red Cross. Give to local churches.
Use crypto.
Give to the mountain man who's got fucking 20 donkeys walking up a mountain. You see the video of this guy?
No.
He's got like 20 donkeys behind him, all packed up. Because guess what? The government can't do it, so we the people have to help we the people.
Yeah,
and that's what it comes down to.
This is like Monero is a great way to do this because they can't tell who sends and buys and who receives, and you just donate your Monero.
So, because I don't know, what do you know about the Maui fire? You heard about the smart city?
No.
So in Maui, The Rock, Oprah, they and a bunch of other millionaires. I'm sure Zuckerberg, the Zuck is in there because that's where his bunker is. There's a myth or a rumor out there that they burned down that city to make it into a smart city, and they're trying to buy all the land of the people, but they're fighting back. But now the government's finding them and making it hard on them to rebuild, so they almost have to sell. So that's what's happening down there. If it fucking happens here, we overthrow the government. That's it. That's my line in the fucking sand. Don't call the FBI on me though. I'm not ready for them yet. No, I mean seriously though. I mean you got Maui. It wasn't Maui. It was the town next to Maui. But oddly enough, the fucking mayor of Maui. Did you see that X post?
No.
Arrested for child porn. Like 500 kids or something. Go to our X.
What the fuck? I'm not searching that.
No, it's on our X account. I put it on there.
Okay.
So I mean,
that's why we got banned, fucker.
No, you got us banned because you post crazy shit. I just post insane, retarded stuff. Like the sky's falling, or birds aren't real. Those are my posts. The Earth is flat. We didn't go to the moon. That's me. When he's like, "Hey, dumbass, you're an idiot." That's him. If you didn't know already. No, but they're saying like Asheville, North Carolina is the next smart city.
I mean, I don't know.
FEMA doesn't give a shit.
Of course not. Why would they?
George Bush caught shit from not getting to New Orleans the day after the storm.
Right.
FEMA's rule is local response, you got 3 days. Take care of your stuff. We'll be in 3 days.
Yeah.
And he was in within 3 days and got shit. And I am not supporting George Bush. But wrong is wrong, right is right. He was right. They demolished him. Oh, these people are hungry and they had to loot food. No, they were looting fucking TVs. Guess what they didn't loot? Work boots. Oh, dear God. I mean, there's supposedly a town, again, I'm looking into this, FEMA will not let anybody in.
I saw a story like that too, and there was a guy who did a post on X yesterday saying like this happened in the Florida Keys a couple years ago.
Really?
I forget which hurricane it was, but he tried to drive out aid, and they just wouldn't let him through because there's one road into the Keys, right?
Yeah.
And they wouldn't let him through. So like they actually snuck on boats and smuggled all the shit. And when they got there, they were talking to the people, and the people were like, yeah, like, what happened? Like, no one's giving us aid. They've abandoned us. And they're like, no, the government shut the fucking roads down. No one can get to you. And, like, what they were doing was, so there were trucks of foodstuffs and all, and like, whatever, like dry blankets, and they were like saying, no, you're not on our list of approved vendors, so you can't donate this stuff. So it has to be like,
it's the ones that sell like a blanket for $500.
Well,
I could buy
yeah,
$20.
It was that, or it's like it has to be Coca-Cola, not Pepsi. And I'm not
sponsored by Coca-Cola.
I'm not saying that's what it was. So don't sue me, Coke. I'm just giving an example. But if you weren't on the approved vendors list, then you got turned away. And also, those approved vendors got kickbacks from the federal government. So, like, FEMA would pay for that Coca-Cola or Pepsi or whatever the fuck it was. And I wish I could find. I should have fucking reposted it. I don't know why I didn't do that. But I don't know if the guy is real or not. Right? I didn't look into it. I just read the post. It was a long fucking post.
It's hard to know what's real.
And if that's true, like, that's fucking ridiculous. And that's what they're doing here too. Mm-hmm. Like, holy shit, what is this?
I mean, we don't need the federal government at this point.
No, they're making it worse.
Even the governor of North Carolina, he's dragging his feet. Fucking DeSantis and his National Guard in North Carolina.
Yeah, I saw that too. And people were making fun of on Twitter, like, Republicans all of a sudden want socialism. And I'm like,
fuck, it's aid, man. It's aid.
Well, no, it is socialism, but you already stole our fucking money, right? You stole our money and said, okay, we'll give you aid when you need it. Well, okay, then fucking give us the aid or give us our fucking money back, and we don't need your socialism, right? No one's begging for socialism. We want you to leave us alone, but since you already stole the fucking money, give it back.
Yeah, if my house burns down or a house floats down the river, help me out. Other than that, leave me the fuck alone.
Jesus,
no, and then you've got the truckers.
Which truckers?
The ones traveling down I-40. So I-40 basically runs actually from Barstow, California, all the way across the country.
Oh yeah,
so I-40 is the main route to go.
Through
actually,
Texas,
when I used to live in Tennessee, I would drive to I-40 to go to Asheville because I love Asheville. I moved around the country quite a bit in the last 10 years. There are two cities that we talked about moving to that we did not. One, Asheville, North Carolina, and Cedar Keys, Florida. Those are the two cities that we actually considered moving to. Holy shit, kind of glad we didn't.
Dodged the bullet there.
Cedar Keys is gone. It's an island, but yeah, it's fucking trashed. So 18-wheelers at all the truck stops that were west of Knoxville, or maybe say more like Newport, Tennessee, or even like right around that area there. Mm-hmm. Tires are being slashed. Over 23 trucks had their tires slashed while the truckers slept in them. They had aid in the trailers.
What the fuck? Like who?
The federal government? CIA? Oh wait, the CIA doesn't operate within our country. Does that even make sense?
It must be the Venezuelan, Haitian, UN soldiers you keep talking about.
So there is a lot of looting and crime going on down there. It could be the immigrants, but also the mountain folks protect their own families. So I don't know if they're turning on each other down there or not. I don't know what's going on, and we'll get into that some other time.
Yeah, get cameras on your truck, guys.
Well, I mean, they're sleeping at a truck stop.
Yeah, well, that's what truckers do.
I would think the truck stop should have cameras.
I mean,
but you see a guy in a baseball hat, looking down at the ground,
right?
Oh lordy! And then you see the CIA sneaking in and stabbing tires, stab. But does that even sound right? The CIA doesn't work inside the country.
No,
it doesn't sound right. They
have an office in the country.
Well, how's that?
That's at Langley, right? Langley, Virginia.
Sure. Move them over to Guantanamo Bay. They can have cock meat sandwiches all day. Why am I quoting movies? I don't even watch much. I haven't watched movies in a long time. Oh, I'm just pissed off. No, it's just it's depressing that our country cannot come to the aid of ourselves.
We're broke. We're fucking broke.
Well, yeah, but Congress can literally trip over themselves trying to get billions of dollars to Ukraine.
Well, okay, so this is kind of a misconception. We're not sending them money, right? We're sending them bombs that have already been made.
Not all. We are sending them some cash. No, yes, you're right. The money, a lot of the money that we are giving them is going to build more bombs.
Yeah.
We are replacing our older bombs with our newer bombs. Yeah. But still.
But that's the thing. Like when you say aid, I mean, you can't convert those bombs into something useful for.
But they're getting cash as well.
Okay, but like cash is fucking worthless too, right?
Well, because
so that's the other thing is like when we give aid to foreign countries, we don't see inflation because we don't see it right away because that cash doesn't come back to America for a long time. But if we gave cash to Americans, like during COVID, there's inflation. So like that's what I'm saying. They're fucking broke. They have nothing.
Yeah.
Like okay, they can write a check for IOUs or they can send old shitty bombs, but other than that, we have nothing.
But we're still using federal money to pay to build missiles that we're shipping to another country because we have to build them because we sent them other missiles.
Right.
So that's money that could be in the coffer.
Well, that's the thing is like money is worthless at this point. Like the dollar is worthless. That's why they're doing this because they have to maintain this air of legitimacy, and it's the only way to do it without crashing the dollar for a couple more years.
Crash it.
Well, of course, but there's consequences to that.
I mean, that's why with the dock workers, strike as long as you guys want. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Let's get American
You'll crack
people
before we do.
Yeah. Guys.
Maybe not all of us.
First of all, toilet paper is not imported.
No, get a bidet.
Make it here.
Get yourself a bidet.
Even like a garden hose, just bring it through the window.
There you go.
It could be a team sport.
A redneck bidet.
Patent pending. No, I mean, so we are not. You don't need to hoard toilet paper, people. Stop it. But hoard everything else. No, I'm actually going to talk about that in this show. But no, I don't. Oh my God, it's so frustrating watching this.
I'm telling you, man, they're just broke. You're witnessing the end. It'll collapse in real time. It's amazing. Like we are lucky if you think about it. Right? How many people get to witness the end of an empire?
No, I mean I've always said if it's going to crash, let it crash in my time, so my son can have a happier life. I'm willing to go through it and fight for it and do what we need to do to rebuild, and we can have currency with my picture on it. I want the $100 bill though. I won't be on the 100. There's not
any paper money. No paper money.
Oh, digital currency?
Yeah, you're going to be spending Monero. You're going to be spending Monero.
Well, but the government can control that.
No, they can't.
So it'd be digital dollars that they control.
Yeah, but
mark my word, they're coming up to Bitcoin. I'm telling you,
they're broke. They're fucking broke. They're going down. They're going to collapse. They won't have anything.
All right. Well, I do want to say a shout out to Trump and Elon Musk. They stepped up. Trump went into Georgia, refused to go into the Carolinas because he was asked not to.
How many millions of dollars did he spend to fly his plane there?
Of his own money?
No, of taxpayer money.
I don't think he gets taxpayer money.
Oh, he doesn't get that? Oh, so he spent his own money to do that. But
I would think...
But Biden spent my money to do it.
Biden's spending your money because he's the actual...
Well, yeah.
Because, I mean, do you think Chase Oliver's getting $1? Get that money back if we gave that motherfucker $1. Get it back. I'll go get it back. Tell me how much we gave him. No, I don't... I mean, we don't get money for running for office.
No, I don't
even like the pittance. I mean, we can't even deduct the money we spend on our campaign.
Right. That's why I'm not spending any.
I was going to spend a shit ton and deduct it and actually start paying the IRS back through my deductions. Bastards. I really thought I could do that. I thought I had the perfect scam. I'm like, I'll run for office with no chance of winning. I'll spend thousands of dollars on goofy, stupid shit. And then I'll deduct it all, and then I'll actually have a decent tax return, and I'll be able to pay out the government with it. Get off my back, Uncle Sam. Oh, Jesus Christ. So Elon Musk did step up and got Starlink.
Oh, yeah.
Which I'm actually considering getting.
Yeah, I've thought about it, too.
Well, the main reason is the people that don't have internet are the people that don't have... they've got the name of Musk's Starlight or whatever the hell that thing is. Starlink. Yeah. So with Starlink, you have the internet. I mean, you might need power, but if you listen to us, you've got a gas generator, possibly a diesel generator.
They'll run on solar.
You've got solar generators. So you would have internet with the advice I gave him, Elon Musk stepping up.
Yeah.
So
I thought about Starlink as a backup because it's slower. It has more latency than the wired connection. But if that goes down, boom, just transfer it over.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of why I've got the 5G internet.
Right.
From T-Mobile. So I almost get a sponsorship check from them. For my backup internet. Yeah. I always wanted 2 internets because when I work from home, I kind of needed 2 internets.
Yeah.
And when I post shit online, I can use 2 different IP addresses.
Yeah.
Look, I don't use
a VPN.
They
still know who you are.
No, I'm on a VPN, dude. until the government takes that away from us. Because they will. They will. I guarantee you, if Harris gets elected, they are coming after VPNs.
It's not that simple. Before. It's not that simple.
Okay. So they just go after all the companies that provide VPNs.
It's not that simple. Because, so like, all the work from home people that work for the government or anybody else, you have to use a VPN. So you can't ban VPN.
Oh, no, not for them. For we the people.
But I'm saying there's no way to tell. If I set up a private VPN server, you can't tell them.
You're the computer guy. I hope so, because I love my VPN.
I mean, yeah, they might ban the companies, the big companies, but like if you are getting your VPN from a foreign company, there's nothing they can do.
All right, cool. Well, I hope that works out, because, yeah.
So speaking of tech news, Monero got delisted by the last remaining centralized exchange called Kraken. So you can no longer buy Monero from official sources, which it did hit the price a little bit, because whenever there's bad news, like the price goes down.
Yeah.
But it's already starting to recover.
Yeah, it rebounds.
And that's the great thing about Monero is, like, we don't give a fuck. We don't want your centralized exchanges. We want you to ban us. Same thing with watching YouTube. Please fucking ban us.
Exactly.
Get out of here. We don't want your shit, and we're going to prove to you that we can do this shit without you. And this is why, like, I've been doing shows on BISC and Basic Swap and all these decentralized peer-to-peer exchanges, because that's how you need to get your Monero. Right? So, fuck you, Kraken. And honestly, it's not their decision. They're getting pressure from the government. So, fuck you, Euro government and American government. Fuck all of you. We don't need you. We're gonna do this without you.
I just see really dark days if the Democrats cheat again and win.
Doesn't matter. They have no money. They're out of. They have nothing. They're broke. Just watch. It's all bluff.
So.
It's all bluff. I mean, I'm sure they'll write down on their magic piece of paper, you can't have a VPN. Go ahead and force it.
I would actually fly into Washington, D.C., without my cell phone, of course, just to watch them turn the power off to the White House and the Capitol when they can't pay the fucking bill.
That'd be great.
I'll help them put the lock on. Actually, I got into a fight with the power company when I lived in Chicago. I was in Des Plaines at the time. They had shut my power off.
Yeah.
Because... this was early on when the online payments were getting newer, and I set up automatic withdrawal.
Yeah.
It didn't go through on the day.
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't have quite enough. I don't know why it didn't go through. But they shut my power off, and I'm like,
don't you have to get like 2 months worth or something? Like,
no, they shut up.
What the fuck?
It might have been 2 payments. I don't know.
Because like you didn't even know to get the notice or anything.
Yeah, because it was new to online payments.
Jesus.
And I come home, I have no power. My wife goes, what are we going to do? I go, I'm going to turn the power back on. So I went out there, and I opened up my electrical box, pulled my meter, because I'm not going to tell you what they do. There's a way where you pull your meter to fix it. Don't do it. If you don't know what you're doing, you will become a crispy critter. So I put the meter back in, went home, and then I paid the bill.
Yeah.
And they show up the next day, and...
Oh, you're already good to go.
Well, no, it did not go that way. I come home from work, and there's this lock on my box. And I go, that ain't staying. So I call them up and like, well, sir, you restored your own power. I go, yeah, after I paid. Because I paid it that night.
Yeah.
They just couldn't get out the next day.
Why'd you admit to that?
What's that? Oh, fuck that. I'll tell you why. I'm actually getting there. I go, yeah, so I restored my own power because you guys couldn't get out here.
Yeah.
I go, what's the problem? They go, well, you touched our property. I go, you do own the meter, and I'll give you that. But what you put the lock on, it's my property.
How does that work?
It's that gray electrical box is mine.
Well, how does putting a lock on it change anything?
I can't pull the meter anymore.
Right, but why does that make it your property?
Well, no, the box is my property.
The box.
I physically own the box.
Yeah, but you know what's inside of it.
So yes, I did pull their meter.
Yeah.
And I did restore power.
Yeah.
But I'm like, that's my property. They're like, no, it's locked. You gotta get the lock off. I go,
watch me.
I go, okay. I go, it's gonna come off. No, I go, it's gonna come off, and you guys are taking it off. I'll talk to you in a few days. So I actually called the Commerce Commission. I started a big fight. I go, they are locking me out of my property. They have no right to lock. The government cannot lock me out of my property. And I went round and round for weeks. And then they finally ruled that the lock had to come off. Yeah, because it's not like I'm stealing electricity. I mean, I fucking paid.
Right.
Although, in the older days, before the smart meters, if you pulled the meter and did this and then put it back in, it ran backwards. And there was enough of us that knew the algorithm that you had to follow. No, like not a piece of paper, but if you do it for a few days a month, no more than a week. If you do it from day one, You can do a full week.
Fuck.
Maybe I should be. Oh wait, no. Statute of limitations are way gone on that one. Come on, not Envy Energy. Encore. What the hell was that? Illinois Power Company. ComEd.
ComEd. Yeah.
ComEd. Come at me, bitches. Yeah, no, we used to do that all the time. We would restore power to anybody. Yeah, well, whatever. I mean, what do I care? Electricity. I mean, Tesla gave us free electricity, and Edison took it away from us.
I don't buy that. Like,
it was just right there. You could grab it. Electricity.
Yeah, if that was a thing, like, people would be doing it. I mean, like,
I thought he invented that tower. The
Wardenclyffe Tower.
Yeah, didn't that throw electricity?
I don't think it's enough to do anything useful.
Well, it was DC, I think.
Yeah,
so you'd have to receive it. And, well, back then, I guess we could have went to DC shit. Right,
but I'm saying, like, if this stuff worked, you could build it in your backyard.
But we're not smart as Tesla. Oh, I'm sorry. No, we're not smart as Edison.
Tesla. He wrote everything down.
But Edison took it all. You know that, right?
It doesn't matter. Like,
dude, Edison raped Tesla.
No, I get that, but I'm saying
so picture P. Diddy and Will Smith. That's what Tesla.
I'm saying, like, if this shit worked, people would be building it in their backyards.
And that's possible. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've looked into it because somebody told me, well, Edison stole everything from Tesla. I go, no, that don't make sense to me.
No, there's absolutely, yeah, but.
Well, that's not what the school books told me. In my indoctrination center, that's not what they said.
Well, I knew this stuff. I don't know what your excuse is.
Because I was a dumbass.
I took the AP classes.
Oh, yeah, I was a knucklehead. I've been a knucklehead. That's fucking what Elmer Fudd said. Best meme of Mickey Mouse hands was Elmer Fudd. All right, let's just jump headfirst in this debate.
Yeah, okay, so, like, the opening statement. Was Vance trolling everybody?
With a look?
No. With the whole, I was born in a middle class. Because he kept saying
it's true, though.
I understand it's true, but, like, Kamala Harris was saying it to avoid questions.
Right.
And, like, Vance would say it at the beginning of every answer.
Yeah.
Even though, sometimes he actually answered the question. But I'm like... But he kept a straight face the whole time. So I'm like, is he trolling? Like, what is this?
So
why does he keep saying that?
So we were at a debate watch party, and it was a bar, and they couldn't even turn the sound up where you actually hear the damn thing. But I said under the speaker, I'm like, I was actually disappointed in Vance. Really? I'm like, I still thought he won. I mean, because, seriously, I'm friends with school shooters.
What was that?
What the fuck? And Trump jumped right on.
The free speech doesn't cover misinformation.
That's the words you got to. That's what I'm talking about.
Sometimes it's the guns. Like, what the fuck?
So Vance won. I mean, you could have turned the sound off.
Yeah.
And just watch the picture, and you would know who won that.
Dude, was he on drugs? Was Tim Walz on drugs? Because I was looking at his pupils.
Well,
and those pupils were fucking expanded.
They might have drugged him to calm his ass down, so he wouldn't be doing this. Woo! And his wife's eyes would start flying around the room.
Those pupils were big, man.
Oh dear God! But so I was a little disappointed because I'm like, dude, you missed so many. He made Elmer Fudd mentioned 2025, and Vance ignored it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, but then I came home and I watched a lot of the highlights. And I go, oh, he just didn't want to go in the mud. He didn't want to play in the mud. He wanted to hit back with facts. He wanted to keep it. I am presidential. I look good.
Yeah.
I'm not getting into the mix of it.
Yeah.
And then that's where I realized. I go, oh shit, he did it really good. And that fucking side eye shit is amazing, dude. I mean, he's just like. I have a feeling, I haven't watched the whole debate yet, and somebody else mentioned this too. I think every time that Elmer Fudd lied, that's when he looked at the camera. And it's just like, so now he marked it for us.
Yeah.
So now we can go back.
I thought the moment of the debate was the fact check.
Oh, God.
That was so good.
So wait, what did the women do? They censored him.
Yeah, so let's start from the beginning. The agreement of the debate was no fact check. Right? You ask the question, we answer the question, there's a response, we move on.
Right.
And they decided to fact check. Oh, actually, the Haitians are leaving now. I don't care. Okay, so here's the thing. It's your job as a citizen to decide what's true or not. What they're lying, what they're telling truth, whatever. Not the debate moderator. Right? So it's your fucking job.
Yeah.
Now, I it's correct that the Haitians are legal
No.
in a way.
Nope.
In a way.
Because we talked about this
But we
before.
also don't know. So again, there's the Springfield Haitians. There's different I don't know
The
which,
Hampton Haitians.
No, I don't know which people came in on which status. Right? We don't know.
Well, if they come in mass numbers, I'm gonna take a shot in the dark saying they're not.
Well, okay, so regardless, the moderator said, actually, the Haitians are legal immigrants, right? And you broke the rules, bitch.
Yeah.
Right? No fact checking.
Yep.
So then, JD Vance says, well, they're only legal in the sense that they use this app.
What app was that?
I don't remember what the name was.
Wasn't the app that we talked about
Yes,
like 2 months
you
ago?
yeah.
Oh, okay. So we're kind of out of the game here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Listen to the Canary in the Cage. You don't have to listen to debates. Get the fuck out of it. Turn your phone off. So he starts like, well, first he said, you're not allowed to do that. You broke the rules. Yeah. And then he starts talking about what the app is and how it works and why it's different than claiming asylum status and blah, 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 blah. I don't really give a fuck. Like, let them all in. I don't care. But when they break the rules...
Because you don't have any cats and dogs.
I'm going to keep my pets secure on a leash so you can't eat them. I don't care.
You turn around and say hi to somebody, come back, you got a bag of bones.
But no, I think he handled that perfectly.
Yeah, he did.
Whether I agree with him or not, he handled it perfectly.
Elegantly, calmly, and just would not let them interrupt him.
And then when they cut the mic off, they look very bad.
But it was their faces.
Yeah.
They were smug.
Yeah.
Smug assholes.
And they all look bad the whole time.
It did make them look bad, and that's really great. But here's the problem. When that debate first started, they called him out on the Tiananmen Square thing. And I go, oh, shit. Oh, so I go, NBC must have watched ABC get their ass handed to them on the presidential debate, so they're going to play this fair.
Yeah.
Well, that didn't last long. Jesus. No, why not? You know what? The next debate, Trump, do one more debate. Tucker Carlson, and let them pick the other person.
Oh, God.
Let's just get Tucker Carlson up there.
Yeah, they'll never agree to that. They just won't agree to it.
Because they can't hand the questions.
Of course.
Yeah, they can't control the questions. And they answered a question that wasn't asked.
Yeah.
Oh, we did not pre-hand the questions to anybody. Oh, wait, did somebody ask that question? No, it's a thing of mine. If you answer a question that wasn't asked, you're lying. Why'd you answer the question for?
Well, I mean, it is a big thing, right? Like, people were talking about it in the last debate, and people talked about it in 2016. So, like...
Well, no, 2016...
But that's what I'm saying. There is a reason to address that.
I'll give you that. I just NBC, that pissed... I expected them to be shitheads.
Yeah.
But the first question, when they called him out, I'm like, I got excited. I'm like, oh, good. We're not going to have lies. And...
Of course.
There we go.
Everybody lies in debate.
There are... I've seen some good debates. But wait, so did we have our moment? You're no Jack Kennedy. Did we have that moment?
I mean, the fact check was the best thing.
The abortion question was pretty good too. he obviously memorized the Minnesota law.
Yeah.
Sent it to the governor of Minnesota, and the guy goes, "Well, that's not what it says."
Well, I got it right here.
And I was like,
I thought his best answer was the paid maternity leave question.
Oh, I may not have gotten.
Oh my God!
One.
So like they said, would you support federal mandated maternity leave? And like Vance gave a perfect libertarian answer.
Okay.
So he first goes into his. I was raised in a middle class family, and my mother was this, and I have a beautiful wife who has a degree, and I think she's a lawyer or something. Mm-hmm. Anyway, like he does his little thing, and then he goes. Now, our situation is different than your situation and that person's situation. So we don't want a one-size-fits-all solution. Right. We want to be able to negotiate our own solutions. And that's what I support. So, like, I'm like, dude, I love it. Raised my bar, at least, for a little bit, because that's what we should be talking about, right? Yep. We don't want a fucking federal solution. We don't want to be like Europe, where everybody gets 4 fucking months to have a baby, and then you got to come back with your full salary, and productivity is lost by doing that.
But the government handles everything so well. Why not? I mean, why can't we trust them to handle that?
Get the fuck out of it. Look, if you are having a baby, talk to your boss. You know, like they're not going to be dicks. And if they are, get a different fucking job.
That's a good point.
Right? That's what capitalism and free markets are about. If it's not working out, you switch. That's the whole point. Right? We have better maternity situations here in America than most of Europe, and it's not in the law because that's why that works.
Yeah.
So I love that answer. That was great.
See, actually, the climate change one, I like that answer. Mainly because the Democrats
didn't hear that one.
Yeah, so mainly the climate change is used as a gotcha moment from the Democrats and Republicans.
Right.
And Vance just went, okay, you want to fuck with me? Here we go. He goes, we're a much cleaner country. We do things much better.
Yeah.
So we should bring more manufacturing here.
Right.
Because we have better laws and regulations.
Right.
And that's, well, I mean, we know what we do.
That's not why we're cleaner. That's not why.
Well, I mean, he's a government employee.
No, I get it.
He's got to back his boss. But the reality is we have cleaner oil.
Yes.
We have better natural gas.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We do have more regulations. But if
we can roll out nuclear better than anybody else, we just have to fucking do it. Just get out of the way.
Speaking of nuclear. What's his name? Ukraine hit Russia's nuclear site.
Oh, really?
Yeah, nothing's leaking yet, but we'll see. Another Chernobyl. And then we got the war in Lebanon, apparently, with boots on the ground pretty soon.
Yeah, this is starting to ramp up. World War III.
So, what the...
They're calling you, they're calling me. What is this? Oh, Donald J. Trump! Holy shit!
Donald J. Trump is calling me, guys.
I wonder if that's who just called me.
No, it's a speech he gives.
Oh God!
A pre-recorded speech. I open my phone. I used to get my phone on.
Trump, don't interrupt us during the fucking taping,
seriously,
please.
Trump,
Come on.
man. I'll call you after I'm done. All right.
Jesus.
Just sit and wait for me.
He's on the third hole. He needs some shipping advice.
The last time he called me, my wife and I were walking. My wife goes, "Who is calling you now?" I go, "Oh, I'm going to take this." Come on, man. When Donald Trump calls, you gotta answer. Oh, Jesus. So yeah, no, I did like the global warming thing because he kind of took their narrative away.
Right. Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what he did with abortion as well. He's turning around all these talking points that the Democrats lie about, claim they care about, and they don't care about.
That's the thing is, like, it's not that fucking hard to get them on this stuff. Like, it's just so easy, and nobody ever does it.
Because Republicans suck. Because they're like, oh my God, they said the word abortion. No, I don't know what I don't know what that means. And it runs out the door. Oh, climate change. Oh shit!
I still would like to see Vivek up there. I mean, like he would just wipe the floor
badass
with all of them.
I don't know, Trump. I mean, Vance.
The problem is like he doesn't have the right position on so many things. So he's going to give a bad answer when his position is.
I don't know if I disagree with a lot of his stances.
He's just too pro-government, man. Like,
well, I mean, but no. So I've seen Vance. Like, how I explained it was he surgically takes apart his opponent. And I've seen him do it to numerous people. He takes a scalpel and just fucking cuts them up. Unlike Trump, takes a chainsaw to him. Well, the old Trump. This Trump we're seeing in debates now, you got to be moderate. You can't. People are like, oh, he's so mean. He says nasty things.
Yeah.
So Trump had to calm down. So I get it. But Vance is he just surgically attacks them. And you can't. I mean, he literally had Elmer Fudd just like. I mean,
the faces.
Dude, learn facial control. Learn how to control that big pudgy face you have. If you need to use Scotch tape because it's clear, just tape that shit up so you quit. I mean, you talked so much with your face and so much with your body language, you didn't need to use words.
Yeah.
Dear God. But I enjoyed the hell out of it. Where are we at now?
I got everything I wanted to talk about.
The only thing I didn't mention is during the hurricane, apparently FEMA is not allowing pictures or videos to be taken.
Okay, try and stop me.
Oh. Well, they're threatening to arrest people. Now, they can't do it.
Okay.
Well, no, but can they? If it's a federally controlled area, can they ban?
No.
Okay, good.
They can ban pictures within that zone, maybe, but they can't ban me from taking pictures into that. You know what I mean?
Can't trespass the eyes.
Right.
So, Americans, let's get our drones.
Right. Get some fucking drones out there.
I want to see thousands of drones.
Just walk, have hidden cameras.
Just ride over that whole area.
I mean, like, anytime someone says you can't record, you should start recording.
Yeah, every time. You can't have that drone here. 5 more drones should be on their way.
That reminds me. Some of you guys might have seen on our YouTube channel, I put up a special video.
Oh, shit. What?
So I hand-delivered a cease and desist notice to Dina Titus' office because she was too cowardly to come out about blocking us on Twitter. So I gave her 7 days to either respond or remove the block, at which point we will see if we can initiate a lawsuit.
Do you think she'll remove the block?
I checked today and she hasn't, so...
Really? Huh.
Now, here's the thing, like, lawyers are fucking retarded, okay?
Yep.
So, the few lawyers I've talked to that seem interested are not specialists in civil rights. So, like, one guy seemed really interested. He actually recommended me to a civil rights lawyer, and they're like, "Oh, you gotta pay $2,500 just to get the consultation, and who knows how much it'll be to do the whole lawsuit." I don't think so. So I'd kind of rather just do it myself, like just go pro se, because it's not that fucking hard. But you know, like I don't know. But when Monday is the 7-day deadline.
So technically, the Canary in the Cage is a business.
Yeah, but this is me personally.
Wait, but she banned the Canary in the Cage.
Oh, well, okay,
so she is impeding our business and our path to engage with more audience members, especially the Democrats.
No, that's not the issue. The issue is...
Well, no, I'm saying, though, in a legal term, you can say that she's hurting our business by banning our free speech.
I don't know if that's the way to go on this, because...
Well, that's why I'm not a lawyer.
Well, so one, I'm a constituent. I don't think you are. You're in District 3, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm a constituent of her. So she's directly impinging my right to redress my representative, right?
Okay.
So I cannot talk to her on Twitter. I cannot criticize her. I can't do anything to get in touch with my representative in a medium she has chosen. Yeah. Right? She chose to go on Twitter and promote herself. So you have to take what your constituents say to you. The other thing is, I am running against her.
Yeah.
So she's now directly interfering in my campaign.
Yeah.
Right? I'm choosing as my campaign strategy to respond to her on Twitter, and she is illegally blocking my free speech rights.
You should have told me you were going. I would have went with you. I mean, you're going to get the FBI to our houses anyway. With that move.
Okay, but so either way, the reason I brought it up is because of the filming and public thing.
Yeah.
So like we got the whole thing on film. I did put it up on the YouTube. It's only like a 1-minute video.
Wait, where did you put it?
On YouTube. YouTube, Odyssey, and Rumble.
No, that's not what you said.
Yes, I did.
You said the YouTube. So did you use the internet?
No, the as in R.
We are recording.
No, the YouTube as in the Canary in the Cage.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like 90 years old on me. No. I was on the internet.
No.
And I went to that thing called the YouTube.
And nobody harassed us. Nobody said you can't film. Nobody said any bullshit like that. Because
they know better.
Vegas is actually pretty good about that stuff.
Because there's cameras everywhere.
Well, yeah, because of the strip and tourism and blah, blah, blah. But... yeah, so I thought it would be great to put up there just for the record that, yes, I gave her this, right? Because she could say, oh, I never got it.
Yeah.
It's on video, bitch, right? So, yeah, we'll see. It might have to be 7 business days. I don't know. But, so next week, we'll see how we go forward with this.
All right, we're starting to sue politicians now.
Fuck yeah, dude. They break the law, they get sued. Fuck them.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. I dig that. So, but yeah, I'm sure that's going to cause a little bit of a problem for us in the government. But whatever. I think I said overthrow the government on this show, so I mean, what the hell am I going to bitch about?
He said it, not me.
They're coming after us. All right. Yeah, I think that's the news story. Oh, no, I do got to, so again, Vance won that debate, hands down. And if anybody's in question of, did he actually win, just go to Politico X. Because no, they criticized Vance. They put out a well thought out criticism of him and his beard. They criticized his beard. They couldn't find anything he said in an hour and a half long debate except that beard is misogynistic or something like that.
I'm not a big fan of beards in general.
Hey.
But I've seen JD Vance without a beard. And that guy needs a beard.
No. Go to check. Okay, everyone listen. Google Jason Momoa without beard.
Oh, God.
That dude needs a fucking beard. No.
Yeah, there's some people that just need a beard.
No, there's guys that they grew a beard and they actually became good looking.
Oh, God, what is that?
I know. He's like a sex symbol. Without a beard.
Jesus.
Look at that.
Looks like a heavy metal rocker or something.
Yeah, he does. But yeah, beards are a necessity for some people. I, on the other hand, need a beard as well. I had a boss. I was actually the district manager. Kept giving me crap about my hair and my beard. And usually after every Halloween, I shave my beard because I grow a goatee for Halloween because my Halloween character was the dude. So I would always just shave it off, get some fresh growth in there. And he's like, "Oh, you should really shave your beard." And I'm like, I don't know. And so I went home and shaved my beard. And I go to my manager's office the next morning, and she goes, "What the fuck did you do?" She goes, "Hold on. Bob, you got to get over here. You got to see what Ron did." He's like, what happened? He's like, just get over here. He comes over, looks at me, and goes, "Yeah, grow that back." Oh, yeah. No, I either have a beard or a goatee all the time. That's me.
All right, so
like it or not.
We ready to
yeah, I figured all worked out.
do some learning?
I'm well learned.
All right, so I'm going to talk about BitTorrent today. Most people have heard of BitTorrent, but maybe they don't know what it is, how it works, on the finer details. And I kind of wanted to go over some of that kind of stuff.
Cool.
So BitTorrent is a peer-to-peer file sharing protocol.
Okay.
It's designed to share large files. So, like Linux ISOs, like the operating system, that's like a CD worth like 600 megs.
Okay.
So, like in the past, if you went to download a file that large from a website, most of the time it would get interrupted and you would time out, and then you got to start it again because there was sort of a restore point, but it didn't work all the time, and then you had to restart from the beginning. It was a huge fucking pain in the ass. So they developed BitTorrent in either the late 90s or the early 2000s to deal with this kind of stuff. Other things you can get are like large scientific data sets. So like if a scientist is tracking a hurricane, for example, and they have like 20 gigs of data on it, the best way to share that would be over BitTorrent. Public domain movies, music, audio. So if you want to, watch Charlie Chaplin movies, BitTorrent is your go-to, right? Or what's it, Steamboat Willie? That's now public domain.
Just at the end of this, I have a Charlie Chaplin story, but go ahead.
So yeah, get your Steamboat Willie on BitTorrent. That's perfectly legal now. They can't do anything about that.
Oh, did it time out? I mean, is that what happened?
Yeah. They ran out of time on that. And then like leaked government documents is another good one to do. Like WikiLeaks, for example.
Yeah.
That WikiLeaks is a centralized point of attack. So if the government doesn't like what WikiLeaks does, they can get the website, attack the website, attack the servers. But if it's on BitTorrent, there is no centralized point of storage.
Okay.
So there's no one to attack. Right, you can take down one guy, but a million other people already have it.
It just moves around the internet all the time?
It just moves around, yeah. And so, like, because of this peer-to-peer nature, it's censorship resistant. It's almost impossible to censor torrent traffic. By default, it's not encrypted, but you can encrypt it. You can do it over VPNs. A lot of the popular VPNs these days support specifically torrenting. Just check with your VPN provider if they do or not. You don't want to break your terms of service. I know Proton allows it and has specific servers for it, so if you're on Proton VPN, do that. And the other thing is I2P has a huge torrent network. So that's kind of one of its biggest things is the torrents on I2P, the dark web. All of our shows are up there on torrents. So there you go. So how does it work on a kind of a technical level? So you take your big file and you split it up into small chunks, okay?
Okay.
And then so if you're the one seeding the file, you would report like, "Hey guys, I have this file, and it's this size. I split into this many chunks." Okay, and people would connect to you peer to peer, and they'd say, "Oh, I want that file." So then I would say, "Okay, I want chunk number 5 of the file."
Okay,
and then another guy would say, "I want chunk number 2 of the file." Right, so then you would download these small little chunks, which is easier than the whole file. And then once this guy gets chunk 5. He can start sharing chunk 5, right? So then that speeds up the whole process. Because now instead of me sharing the file to everybody, I share a chunk here, chunk there, and then
here, chunk there, chunk everywhere, chunk,
everywhere, chunk, yeah. And then now they all start sharing with each other.
You get a chunk. You get a chunk.
And by the way, Chunk, you got to do the truffle shuffle. Okay.
That's some Goonies, right?
That's
Goonies. You fucking doing movie shit.
That's right. So yeah, so any peer, whatever chunks they've already acquired, they can start sharing those chunks and become like a semi-seeder. And that speeds up everything because now you have a whole network of people sharing all these chunks, and it just 10 times or 100 times the original file sharing speed. It's great.
Yeah.
So how do you find these files? Like that's usually the hard part with torrents. So when you make a torrent out of a file, like say you have Steamboat Willie on your hard drive, when you make a torrent out of it, it creates a small .torrent file.
Okay.
So now that torrent file has metadata in it, like where do I find this file?
Yeah.
And then you would share that file with other people. So instead of putting the whole Steamboat Willie on your website, you would put the .torrent file on your website, and they can download that within seconds, and they could find your torrent on the BitTorrent network, and then start pulling the chunks of Steamboat Willie. Another way that it works is called DHT, and that stands for Distributed Hash Table. And this is actually really cool because it works without the .torrent files. So when you're connected to BitTorrent, you have all these peers that you're connected to, and they're just other people's computers, and you're constantly asking them, "Hey, what files do you have?" Right? Mm-hmm. And they'll give you a list of the hashes of so a hash is like you just take a mathematical equation on a big piece of data and give me a number. So it's I don't know. There's like a 40 byte long hash, so it's hard for them to duplicate essentially. So the DHT network, you're constantly asking your peers, "Hey, what files do you have? Here's the files I have," and you're all sharing that data back and forth. And among the whole wider network, and if you know the hash of the file you're looking for, so like Steamboat Willie, you can say, "Okay, I want this hash. Does anyone have this hash?" And maybe none of your peers do, but they'll say, "Oh, let me go ask my peers," and then it goes down the chain, and eventually someone says, "Yeah, I got that movie." So then it comes back to you, and then you connect to them as a peer, and now you start taking the chunks from their file.
Okay.
And it happens all automatically. You don't need to share torrent files or do anything. And there's a cool app called BitMagnet, and what BitMagnet does is it sits on the BitTorrent network, and it does that whole asking peers for DHT hashes, but it'll also grab metadata from the hashes. So they'll send you a hash, and BitMagnet will say, "Well, let me see what that actually is. What's that file? Tell me about that file."
Okay.
And they'll come back with, "Oh, that's Steamboat Willie," and then BitMagnet would then write that down in a local database that you own, and it would say, "Hey, this hash is Steamboat Willie." So then you can then go to BitMagnet and search, "Hey, I'm looking for Steamboat Willie," and BitMagnet will say, "Oh yeah, put this hash in your BitTorrent client."
Okay.
So then you take that hash, you put it in your client, and then boom, you start downloading Steamboat Willie.
Cool.
So it's all automatic. It's just like it's all peer-to-peer, self-hosted. You don't got to worry about, "Oh, did they take down the torrent site?" And if you're only downloading legal torrents anyway, they're not going to take the site down. But don't download illegal stuff. Just so
don't ever commit a crime.
Never commit a crime.
Do not encourage that at all. Unless you can get away with it.
There is no I2P support yet for the BitMagnet app, but it might be coming soon because we're talking with the devs back and forth.
Oh, cool.
See if we can get that working. So I'll recommend a couple of BitTorrent clients. For the regular web, you got QBitTorrent. It's a very simple interface. It's got a lot of advanced features that they're tucked away, which you don't have to worry about unless you want to. Some of the beta versions actually do have I2P support. BiglyBT is another one. It's got a pretty complex interface, but it does have all the advanced features, and it also supports I2P. And then the I2P only client is called Snark, and it comes built in with the normal I2P software. It's not super advanced. It's just got your basics, download, share, that kind of stuff. And one cool feature about Snark is that I have contributed to the code.
Whoa!
Yeah. So there's a nice little feature on the Snark Plus version.
Wait, you're not the one that crashed Verizon, right?
No.
Okay.
Where when you create a torrent, you can add a filter that will ignore certain files.
Okay.
So, like, let's say, for example, on your Mac, I don't know if you noticed, but the Mac puts these little DS store files
I don't
everywhere.
have a Mac. There's no Apple there.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I have a tape over.
Okay. It puts these little DS store files everywhere, and they're really fucking annoying. And essentially, that's the Mac like using metadata. So if you don't want that garbage in your torrents, you would use my filter and say, I don't want DS Store to be in my torrents.
Okay. And
that's what I wrote. So like that's actually unique to Snark.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So the last thing I want to talk about is some torrenting etiquette. One, don't download anything illegal, right? Don't steal games. Don't steal copyrighted movies. Don't do certain pictures of minors in certain positions. Don't do that.
Okay, I was going to ask a question, but I'm going to ask this question. I go back in time a little bit. Before you mention the minor shit.
Don't do P. Diddy stuff. None of that.
Is this don't do it or don't do it?
No, don't do that.
Oh, seriously? Like you're getting in trouble?
I don't answer questions like that, but just don't break the law, okay? Just don't break the law.
Yeah, don't break the law.
Like I said, don't download the copyrighted stuff. You want to pay creators for the work they do. You know, like Charlie Chaplin is long dead, but he still deserves money for his work. And
hey, I haven't got my 15 cents yet from Rumble for doing this.
His great-grandchildren deserve a new Porsche, so make sure Charlie Chaplin's grandchildren get their money. But the real thing that is important is maintaining a ratio. So because BitTorrent is peer-to-peer and uploaders are downloaders and downloaders are uploaders, whenever you download something, you want to upload it at a similar share ratio. Okay? So if Steamboat Willie is, let's say, 1 gigabyte, you want to download that 1 gigabyte, and then you also want to upload 1 gigabyte back. And that's a ratio of 1.
Okay.
Now, depending on how rare a file is, that might not be possible. So just look at the volume of a torrent, right? Like how many people are sharing it. If it's a high popularity torrent, right, you want to go for above 1 ratio. That's, everyone shares and we all maintain that ratio. For medium popularity, maybe 0.5. Like if it's 1 gig file, you share 500 megs back.
Sweet.
For low popular files, you might not be able to share at all because maybe you're the only one that wants it, right? And if that's the case, just use your judgment. Use your best judgment. Okay. So maybe hang around for a week, and if nobody else wants the file, feel free to disconnect.
So can you delete chunks?
No. So like you can ignore it. Like you can cancel the download and say, okay, I don't want this anymore. Okay. I quit. Once you...
Yeah, no, I was just curious that if you deleted like a bunch of chunks at one time, is it called blowing chunks?
Oh my God.
Come on, I had no time. I didn't know. You the word chunk is funny.
Oh my God.
It's like tank.
No, so actually,
tank's a very funny word.
Actually, this is a good. It brings up a good point.
Of course it does.
Because let's say someone's a malicious file sharer, right? So like they say they're sharing Steamboat Willie, but they delete some chunks, right? They've blown some chunks. How would you know, right? So that the way BitTorrent works is that it actually has a error checking mechanism on all the chunks.
Oh.
So, like, if one guy doesn't match the error control, you'd be like, that guy's a malicious file share, let's ban his peer. And then you'd only get the good chunks from the good sharers. So, yeah, it has built-in stuff around that, too. But, yeah, that's kind of the basics of BitTorrent.
Oh, Jesus Christ. The dude with that top, the guy you mentioned with the top hat and the cane,
Charlie Chaplin.
Charlie Chaplin. So my wife and I needed to get some legal work done, nothing criminal, just like financial shit. Criminal. And we wanted to interview lawyers. We went to this one lawyer's office, it was on Charleston, down by Arville.
Okay.
And hopefully he doesn't listen. So we were in his office. He has like weird, he had like a Charlie Chaplin thing and stuff. But then my wife noticed, as we were leaving, he has a picture of Charlie Chaplin in the window.
Yeah.
It's just, so my wife's like, he still has she wouldn't use him because of the Charlie Chaplin picture in the window. She's like, why does he have a picture of Charlie Chaplin in the window?
Maybe
in his office, that's one thing, but the window, it's stupid, but she's a woman. What do you want? What do you expect from her? Sorry.
Oh, and
don't hate me.
Before you get started on your topic, we'll talk about the Monero giveaway this week.
Oh.
So I have created a torrent file of a Monero seed. And I'm going to put the hash to the file on our website. Okay. So whoever grabs that hash, puts it into a BitTorrent client, and steals the seed, gets the Monero.
Ah, you're making them work for the money this time.
That's right. And it's going to be available both on ClearNet and I2P, so you dark web folks are not cut out. Whoever gets it first, you got it. You're the winner.
There you go.
So that's it for me.
Sweet. So I was going to talk about something else today, but I decided to call an audible. Two things have happened in the last 7 days that I think need to be addressed, and that would be the hurricane and also the dock guys, whatever the hell they call them, the longshoremen. So when it comes to this hurricane, you can be a great prepper, and you can have everything you need for 3-6 months of stuff, and your house either burns down or floats down a river. Then you've lost it all. So I would recommend, I've never thought about this before. This is kind of a new thing for me. If you have family in the area, I would prep with them and store stuff throughout different areas. So if you do lose one of the houses, you still have some prep stuff somewhere else. I don't think that way, that you're going to lose your entire house, but technically, I mean, there's a lot of things that can cause it. I mean, just a simple fire. The FBI raiding your house and taking all your shit. Whatever. I mean, so prepare in multiple locations. Because there was a funny story. I was in Cedar City, Utah. Apparently, a lot of the preppers in Cedar City didn't want to store they had so much ammo, they didn't want to store it in their houses. So they dug bunkers into the hill, into the mountain, more like closer to town. And there was a wildfire. And they said it was hysterical because the wildfire would be spreading, and then all of a sudden, boom! Oh, there goes somebody's ammo. Bob's ammo's gone. And they were just saying that, the fire was like setting off all the ammo. I just thought that was funny. But that's what they didn't want that shit in their house because of the FBI. No, the house catches on fire. So that it is important to maybe prep in multiple locations. I mean, you could probably do a storage unit. Depending on what the climate of your area is, you might want to get an air conditioned one. Yeah. Because I don't want to put canned goods in a storage unit in Vegas and have my beans cooked for me before I even open the can. So looking to prep it at different locations. The other thing that came up this week is the Longshoremen strike. You know what? I want it to last for a while. It's stupid. It's ridiculous. So Biden's already said he's not going to pull a Reagan. He could never pull. He's no Reagan. So he's going to let it happen, which is fine. Let it happen. And this could be part of their plan, which there's a lot of different plans out there. But so what I recommend is do a little bit of research, find out what comes through these docks that you need, not necessarily what you want. You don't need to want a shirt from Walmart. You can go, but find out what comes through these docks and start prepping that stuff and the stuff you need. To me, I'm going to do it here. I don't rightly know if it'll affect us on this side of the country.
Eventually.
But we have like a whole bunch of docks on the West Coast.
Yeah, that's true.
But I don't know. I mean, maybe China comes through the East Coast and Russia comes through the West Coast, and that's where we get all of our cool shit that's garbage. And you know what? Maybe, just maybe, dramatic effect, we might realize that we can survive without the shit from China.
Right.
Maybe we don't need it. So kind of use this like a game, a training exercise, whatever you want to look at this. But, find out what you might be missing. Because, like the guy said, the mafioso said, in a week, you're going to start seeing shelves empty up. In 2 weeks, the shelves are going to be empty. And in 3 weeks, the businesses are going to have to close. I don't think so. And so what? Maybe we can be self-sufficient again. Maybe we can learn. Maybe we can do something that actually does some good for our family and ourselves, and even our neighbors. I mean, I'm not, don't lock out your neighbors if they don't prep, fuck them. But if they prep, you can share different kinds of beans and tomatoes or
your Monero steaks or.
Yes, Monero. Oh yeah, because you're finding out that there's a lot of ranchers selling beef through Monero now, not Monero crypto.
Yeah, well, you should talk about that for a different.
Yeah, so we're gonna, I want to bring that because I think that's really cool that these family farms that are rapidly disappearing have decided to form like coalitions or groups and work together. So we'll be talking about that probably next week or the week after. Because I truly want to do some research on this because I think it's disgusting what Bill Gates is doing and China is doing, buying up all of our farmland. we need our farmland back. So, all right, I think that's the show.
Cool.
Awesome. Enjoy the show. I'm glad you enjoyed the show. Come back next week and see what the hell we're going to talk about
next
then.
week.
Who knows what's going to happen. Thank you for joining us at the Canary in the Cage podcast.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share us to help build the community.
You can find us at Odyssey, Rumble, YouTube, or your favorite podcast app, and even on the dark web at I2P.
Thanks for listening and see you next time.